Hey YouTube, I'm the Tall Nerd, and welcome back to a video that I really didn't feel like making, to be honest. See, I had a plan. I knew what I wanted to talk about, I had some ideas of what points I wanted to hit, all that kind of good stuff, and none of it involved video games. Nothing about E3. I had no plans to talk about it again. I already talked about it last week, talked about what I wanted to get out of it. And honestly, since I didn't expect to get those things out of it, I figured I wouldn't bring it up this week. And as the announcements rolled out, I was paying attention, I was checking out the games that were coming and all that, and I wasn't blown away by most of it. Yeah, there was plenty of really cool stuff that I'm sure will be awesome, games that I'm sure will be tons of fun to play, you know, new Assassin's Creed, new Dragon Ball Z fighting game. Off the top of my head, those are the first ones that come to mind. Cool stuff, but nothing mind-blowing, and nothing that I really wanted to talk about all that much. You know, at least not until Nintendo got into it. Here's the thing. I thought I knew what Nintendo was going to talk about. You know, I figured everyone knew that there was going to be a big thing about Super Mario Odyssey, about Breath of the Wild DLC, more stuff about ARMS and Splatoon 2, even the trailer for Fire Emblem Warriors was not that surprising, let's be honest. It's all the other stuff that made me make this video. All the stuff like Xenoblade 2, or Kirby and Yoshi, or Metroid Prime 4, which came straight out of nowhere as far as I can tell from what people have been saying. All of this cool stuff, and it's like, wow, that's really awesome, maybe I should make a video about this, and then they did the thing, and I didn't have a choice anymore, because just in the middle of the video, in the middle of the conversation, they just kind of snuck in a little line there. Almost like they were trying to fly under the radar. Oh yeah, by the way, this is just a detail. We didn't really need to tell you this, but just in case maybe you'd like to know, we're making a core Pokemon game for the Switch. Because of course that should have just very little fanfare. There's no reason why anybody would want to, you know, make a big thing out of that, right? I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, alright, I do kind of. I'll say that. I understand why they didn't make it a bigger deal, because it's in development. They've admitted that it's at least a year or two away. I mean, this game is not coming soon. They don't have, you know, the art for it. They don't have anything to show us. I mean, I'm sure they have stuff in-house, but they don't have anything that they're going to show us right now. No trailers, no nothing. So, yeah, they don't want to make a big deal. I've heard some people saying that maybe this is because of some bad reactions to the Pokemon Direct that was last week. I could see that being a thing, maybe. But, come on, it's something to talk about. And there's just a lot of stuff here that I was not expecting. Metroid, that's awesome. Admittedly, not a huge fan of the series, only played Metroid little bits here and there. Mostly no Samus because of Super Smash Bros. But I'm looking forward to it, and I've heard that they are just awesome games. And speaking of Super Smash Bros., I know that a lot of people were looking forward to Smash Bros. And that they really wanted that to be the big thing, the big surprise announcement that Nintendo was going to give us this year at E3. And I love Smash Bros., but I'm okay that it wasn't announced this year. I mean, in a lot of ways, the Switch is still kind of experimental. I mean, experimental. It's still new. There's still a lot of, you know, bugs that could come up or things. So I feel like, and especially because Nintendo's really smart about this, they want to have really big name games, big titles that they can release in another year or two, so that as, you know, everybody buys the Switch at the beginning, and then things are kind of tapering off, leveling out, and then they're like, oh yeah, Smash Bros. And sell a whole bunch more. So I understand why they didn't announce Smash Bros. I'm guessing maybe next year? Who knows? Also, I'm totally fine with the fact that most of their games that they announced are actually coming out this year. It's not, oh, look at all these cool projects that we're working on that are going to be coming out over the next 2 or 3 years. It's, no, let us tell you about the stuff that's coming this year, the stuff that you're going to be able to get now. I mean, Kirby and Yoshi, those are coming out later. Metroid, we have no idea when that one's coming, but I do like that they did it that way. So my E3 wish list didn't do amazingly, but it wasn't really that bad. It helps that it was short, you know, it didn't take much to make me happy. But there wasn't any Mega Man, which was a bit of a letdown, at least not that I've heard. There wasn't any Advance Wars, but we are getting Fire Emblem for the Switch, which I guess was announced a while ago and I just missed it somehow. We also got the trailer for Fire Emblem Warriors, which looks awesome, but I prefer the strategy games myself, so I would have preferred to get some more information about that. And as for Pokemon, I mean, yeah, we know that it's happening now. We know that it's going to come to the Switch, and we can make a bunch of assumptions about it because, you know, we know the Switch's specs. We know that it's going to be way higher resolution and a bunch of stuff like that, but we don't know anything yet. Is it going to be this huge open world kind of thing like I hope it is? Probably not. Is it going to be... I don't know. We don't know, and that's kind of the most frustrating part. The fact that they told us, yep, it's happening, and nothing else, so we've got nothing to go on. So, yay, I'm excited, but I would like a little bit more to go off of. Please, please, anything, a single picture, some sketches on the back of a napkin, anything really. Just give me something. So yeah, this year's E3, it was full of cool stuff, and Nintendo just, for me, Nintendo won. They came up with a bunch of really surprising stuff, a bunch of things that I did not expect, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of Nintendo games. I was already looking forward to it, but now even more so, and now there are even more video games for me to pick up, which I'm going to, eventually. First I need a Switch. Unfortunately, it's expensive. I also want to make special mention of the Breath of the Wild DLC that they announced. Now, personally, I haven't gotten to play Breath of the Wild yet, which is really unfortunate. I want to, so bad. I need a Switch, I already said that. But that DLC looks really cool. I can't wait to see more of what it's about, and it's just even more of a reason for me to buy a Switch and buy Breath of the Wild. And I'm going to eventually. We'll see when that happens. I'm sure I will let you know when it does. But yeah, that's basically all that I want to talk about E3. It was just, it blew my mind, and maybe it doesn't come across as well now. I guess I'm in better control of my emotions now. I don't know, I was freaking out when I saw the Nintendo announcement. It was excellent. It was awesome stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that at that. So that's all I want to talk about video games today. This video might be a little bit shorter than my last few, and that's okay, I don't really care. But now, before I go, it's time for my spotlight. So imagine you wake up one day, you go outside, you look at the moon, and it looks like this. And then you hear on the news that no, that's not just some weird phase of the moon. Something punched a hole in it. And they don't know what, but something did it. Okay, kind of creepy, kind of scary, but what are you going to do? You go about your life, keep doing your thing. A little while later you go to school, walk into your class, and you see this standing there waiting for you, along with some people from the government, who inform you that this thing is the thing that put a hole in the moon, and he's planning to do the same to Earth. But he made a deal with the government. A deal saying that he would come and be your school teacher for 1 entire year. And over the course of that year, he would do his best to teach you, do everything to help you academically, but you students have a job, and that is to try to kill him. Yep. If anyone in the class is capable of killing him and pulls it off before the year's up, the Earth is saved. But if he's still alive at the end of the year, he's going to destroy the Earth, just like he destroyed the moon. Because that is the basic idea behind Assassination Classroom by Yusei Matsui. This series is ridiculous. It really is. I mean, it starts with a giant yellow smiley-faced tentacle monster and just gets more ludicrous from there. It's crazy. And you know what? It is crazy in the best way possible. It's absurd, but there's a lot of heart, there are some cool characters here, and even the crazy teacher, he's awesome. It's weird because as the series goes on, at least me personally, it's like, wow, this guy is so cool. He's actually an amazing teacher. I don't really want him to die, except that I do because I don't want him to destroy the Earth. That would be bad. That's Assassination Classroom by Yusei Matsui. That is my recommendation and my spotlight for today. Alright, that's all I got for this video today. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of E3, if maybe there was some game that I missed, or I'm just not reacting as largely as maybe I should be, but you know, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe if you would be so kind, but until next time, please just have a great day.